Now that we've got a working exploit to use, we might as well take advantage of it considering we can find things like this again and again. And even when we don't, we'll still find lots of items that we could salvage for other items. And if I use my speed build, we can get there very fast. Normally we're pretty lucky on our first try, and we got 113 fighters bindings first try. I honestly thought it might take 40 or 50 tries to find those. And they were very close to perfect. They do have critical hits, swirling, but they don't have radiance here. I could use stunning, that would be fine, but I can find better ones than these anyways. I can also find the unique double axes, which can be the best mob farming items in the game, so we'll hope for one of those along with the evocation robe. This is more like what I'm going to find 90% of the time, just whatever armor, maybe a potion, and a fishing rod. Does anyone out there use the fishing rod? For all I know, it's somehow the best item in the game and I just never gave it a fair chance. The next unique item I found were the maulers, which are pretty good by themselves. They have swirling, they have leeching, they don't really have anything here, but they do have critical hit. I think this dungeon is probably the only thing I need. I could probably run this 100 times and get a better gear score out of it, which definitely is unnecessary considering I'm doing this much damage without any damage boosting armor on. You'll never guess what I just found. Less than 10 runs in. I swear you'll only find fighters bindings once you already have them. If you don't have them, they're impossible to find. These ones are actually more damage than mine because they have critical hit, shockwave, and swirling. Whereas mine, I had to settle for rampaging. So I'm going to switch to these ones, plus they're one higher level so you get an extra 20 damage. So as much as it pains me, we're salvaging these. And I definitely want to test these out because look at all that damage. And the best way to do that is against our old friend. Because we've killed him so many times, we know how this goes and how long it should take to kill him. Oh, I forgot to hit my gong. Now that we've done that, yeah, his health is dropping very, very quickly and, well, he's dead. I definitely know how to defeat this boss. I've only done it 1,000 times. He did drop an imploding crossbow, which isn't bad, but unfortunately it only has radiant shot here, so it's garbage. I also didn't test this weapon against any regular enemies. I assume it's gonna cut through them, yeah, very quickly without too much issue. I kinda like this as a mob farming thing. Normally, with the fighter's bindings without radiance, the enemies hurt you too much, but I don't think they get close enough to me to actually hurt me anymore. So these might actually be the better ones that I could find. Enchanted Cows will be a good test of everything. Yeah, that one melted anyway. But yeah, these actually kill enemies so quickly that I hardly take any damage anyways. Add to that a strength potion and nothing's ever gonna touch me again. Alright, well, we can still find better than this. Back to the grind. But not before doing this one more time, but doing it the right way. Alright, we'll hit him with both of those first and then we'll melt him. Yep, that's a lot of damage going out, and he's dead. We can still do better. I realize now that the best way to do this is to pick up whatever the chest gives you and just leave. I was liking that item I get from the end of the level, it's not worth the time. Seeing as uniques are really all I want. The next unique I found, 110 Hunter's Bow. And I think we're about overdue to start salvaging. The Hunter's Bow doesn't have anything good on it. This jailer's sight that I found earlier I'm gonna hold on to because it has Enigma Resonator and Soul Siphon, things like that could turn into high damage later. Anyways, since I've got about $5,700, I'm gonna try and buy some gear. I did already find Wither Armor, which I feel like I find all the time. This is one that I am gonna hold on to because this could be a soul build later on considering it does have cowardice. I did finally find dual crossbows with multi-shot and I kinda wanna see how this works. I assume it's just either of them have a chance to fire off multiple shots, so we could fire up to 10 at once. So I just need to find the unique version of these at level 113. There's a Fortune Spear, one more item. And then a good streak of almost no uniques. If this mechanical short bow had multi-shot, I would consider using it considering it can actually shoot really, really fast all by itself. A 111 Hammer of Gravity, that one can be a lot of fun. And you're not going to believe this, but I actually found another fighter's bindings from the shop. It's only level 110, but it does have things like critical hit, sharpness, echo, radiance. Anyways, that's about my $5,000 spent, so I'm just going to go right back to running that chest again and again and again. There we go, Whirlwind. Only 110, but it's Whirlwind. For 2,500 damage, it has radiance, it has swirling, and it has, well, not a great option here, either exploding or looting. I may at some point build that because that's a pretty good one, but we can do better. Found my first unique evocation robe, Frostbite 112. And it actually has some really good enchantments. It has cowardice, it has deflect, it has protection, it has frenzied, it has final shout, it has chilling, plus a built-in snowball to slow enemies down. These could be interesting, given that they're maulers, but they have double radiance, plus critical hit or swirling. Those could be for a situation where I need more survivability. Several boring uniques later, and we've got another 5,000 emeralds to spend. Which found us the unique double crossbows. Unfortunately, their built-in enchantment is strong versus enchanted mobs, which could be handy in certain situations, but overall that's kinda boring. But I still want to try these in case they are something amazing, considering they have multi-shot and, say, chain reaction on them. Plus ricochet, why not? They're not the best enchantments in the world, but still pretty good. I feel like this is going to be a mob clearing weapon. So let's see if there's any potential to these. So far, they're definitely decent. They will go through the cow level easy enough. I'm used to a lot more damage though. But I'm not about to complain considering all the arrows, considering it's multi-shot and then a whole bunch of arrows after multi-shot. Was definitely hoping for something more dramatic though, which is probably why it's good I also found this, another growing staff, which basically has the same things as my initial one, but maybe instead of radiant, let's go all damage on it. So we'll probably just go ahead and salvage the old one. Between critical hit, shockwave, and swirling, I think this could potentially do some big damage. At the sacrifice of safety, of course, but there's a basic hit for 45,000, so that's a pretty good start. I do want to see how it performs in a mob setting. Yeah, the cows definitely get close enough to be able to hurt me pretty quick. The problem with this one is the combo is too long, so you only ever do shockwave or swirling one in every like 10 hits. It's decent damage for sure, but not nearly as good as it could be. But also, let's put it to the test against him anyway. It's always fun to see how different weapons perform. When I take big hits, they do a lot of damage, but still slower than the fighter's gauntlets. Not by a ton, but definitely slower, and less keeping me alive skill. Let's see how that staff compares to Whirlwind. With Radiant, Swirling, and Exploding. I think Exploding is going to be good because this is going to be a good mob clearing weapon. And it might actually be pretty high damage because it's decently quick. Oh look, enchanted mobs. Might as well hit them with my dual crossbows first just because I have them. It is kind of nice to have something like that for the enchanted mobs because they're usually super annoying to deal with. Anyways, how does my axe perform? Its combo ends every second hit, so it does shockwave and swirling every 2 hits, which really makes a difference because things have trouble touching me at that point. Add to that a strength potion and things get really easy. Unfortunately, we can't have a strength potion all the time, but yeah, I really like this axe for mob clearing. This does have radiance on it, but if I could go back, I might go without radiance because nothing is really hitting me anyway. It's fun finding all these new weapons so quickly. And of course, for science, I need to know if any of these are better than the others. That's actually taking huge bites out. I'm impressed with that. Wow, that was way quicker than I thought. Why did it drop a level 88 flail? Have I been playing too long? Did I just do something really stupid? I suspect the difficulty was lower than I meant it to be, and that's why his health dropped as fast as it did. Yet when I open my map, it still seems to be on Apocalypse, so I'm not really sure what exactly happened there. And I didn't even finish spending my money, and that's okay because it seems like I've used up all my luck. Wait, never mind, I found another one of these things. Another 110 with pretty much the same kind of results. Although with sharpness, it can do up to 6500 base damage. And then a jailer's scythe with decent enchantments, but I don't like it. Do you think poison cloud stacks with multi-shot? It's just a pretty basic longbow, but it is 110, so this could actually hit really hard. I'm starting to suspect it might only be off the main arrow because I've hit it with a lot of the other arrows and it hasn't spawned one poison cloud yet. There it is. Okay, it has to come off the original arrow. That could have been a fun idea. Even then, this is the kind of bow that could one-shot the final boss because it's doing up to 8500 damage on its basic arrow. Anyways, not to get distracted, I've got grinding to do. A billion soggy caves later, and we've already found another 110 Soulfist, 110 Maulers, and a Hunter's Promise. To help kind of put things into perspective, I've found basically all of this in a very short amount of time, just running this again and again and again. And that's not even including the ones I already salvaged, just because I wanted to try things. But seeing as it's getting more and more unlikely that I'm going to find something more damaging than these guys, let's put them to the test. Might as well do it here, considering this is about the hardest level in the game now. I'm mostly just really hoping these new fighter's bindings can actually carry me through this while wearing my speed gear. And so far so good actually. Things do hit me once in a while, but I can usually kill anything before I have to take too much damage. For areas like this, I did switch back to my damage reduction armor because I think I probably will end up taking enough damage that I'm gonna need it. So if I hold shift, I can hit most of the enemies from so far away that it's basically a ranged attack anyway. These guys are a pretty good test of how much damage I'm really doing though, because they are really tough, but they do melt pretty quickly next to this. So I'm very happy about the result of this. This definitely should be an interesting result. My Shadow Potion's probably going to run out by the time he spawns, but that's alright. As long as the Strength Potion is going, we'll be just fine. Whenever you're ready. Yep, Shadow Potion's definitely over with. Oh, I think I missed him with my Cloud. No, that must hit him because look at that health drop. That was satisfying. Fighter's Binding. Is there anything better?